Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokémon Ruby Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we faced down Sydney and Phoebe of the Elite Four, starting off our Pokémon League challenge with two rather easy sweeps with Shogo, the Zangoose. This time, we will be continuing our breakdown through the Elite Four. So, I have actually changed around the items on my team for a bit. I actually gave the Silk Scarf from Lombardi to Shogo because I will be leading with him once again. I gave the King's Rock to Lombardi just in case that he does need to come in. I don't expect he will need to, but you never know. Everyone else is pretty much the same, although I did actually trade out the Soft Sand for the experience share on Deterred because I absolutely do not want him coming in to fight here, since the next fight is the Ice Type Elite Four member. And as I said before in my previous episode, I was going to give the Shell Bell to Buren, so she's got that, and she'll be able to tank hits if we need to. I don't expect that I'll need to, but better to be safe than sorry. So let's just progress on up. And yet, one step into this room, it's clear to see that this is the Ice-type trainer, so let's just get right on in. Welcome, my name is Glacia of the Elite Four. I've traveled from afar to Hoenn so that I may hone my ice skills. But all I have seen are challenges by weak trainers and their Pokémon. What about you? It would please me to no end if I could go all out against you. Well, as expected, the Ice-type Elite Four member Glacia is our first opponent today. And honestly, I do not know what the developers were thinking having an Ice-type Elite Four member here in Hoenn when there are only two Ice-type families in the entire region. Especially seeing as one of those Ice-type families is her first send-out, Glalie, which, as I've stated before, 80 across the 80 in every stat across the board, so it really isn't all that difficult to deal with. And from my experience, I know that she's going to set up a Hail or a Light Screen on this thing. Its other moves are Ice Beam and Crunch, so not even able to use that physical attack stat it has. I'm going to go for a Swords Dance just because I kind of think that it'll either go for Hail, which would be preferable, or Light Screen, and unfortunately it's going for Hail. Actually, yeah, Light Screen would have been preferable, but I can deal with Hail damage. Hail's just going to make it so that anything that isn't Ice type is going to take a bit of damage every turn. However, all I needed was that one setup of Swords Dance to boost my attack by 2 stages, and thus Shogo should once again be able to take out whatever gets sent out against him. And Deterred gets a level up. Thank you, Deterred, and the experience share. Up next is a Celio, Water Ice type, thick fat for its ability. I believe this one has Ice Ball and Encore. I'm not entirely sure. Unlike Phoebe, she has two of the. Unlike Phoebe's 2 Baynets, which were the same level, Glacia has 2 Celio, which are different levels. However, I don't think that'll really be problematic. Shogo with Return should be able to take care of these. Between its high power due to his maximum friendship, the Silk Scarf boosting it, Stab boosting it, and the Stone Badge's attack boost boosting him. I would be hard-pressed to find something that would be able to withstand this. Slightly stronger, but I don't think you'll be much of an issue for Shogo to deal with as well, so one more return. Alright. Okay, another Glalie. I don't think in this game she has one that has the move Self-Destruct or Explosion, but in Emerald she does, so I'm just gonna say if you're playing Emeralds, be careful of that. So, one more return, and I think after this the Hail should stop because I think at most it only lasts 5 turns and she only has 5 Pokemon. So yeah, most of our team is not all that tough. Two fully evolved Pokemon with only 80 across the board, and two non-fully evolved Pokemon. However, her last Pokemon is where she really packs the power. A Walrein, and from what you've seen of my Walrein Buren, this thing can be rather bulky and difficult to deal with. It's boasting Surf, Blizzard, Sheer Cold, and Body Slam. That Sheer Cold move in particular, if you are equal to that Walrein's level or less, it has a 30% chance to hit you, or at least, at minimum a 30% chance to hit you if you are the same level, and will instantly one-shot you. It gains a percentage point of accuracy with the level difference, so if you're, say, 70 levels below it, it will always hit you. Not that you can be 70 levels below a level 53, but that's just telling you how it works. So, with my calcs, I think if I have the Silk Scarf, a return should be able to one-shot this. The main danger of this is that it can take a lot of hits and deal a lot of damage, and has the Sheer Cold that could possibly one-shot you if you are at its level, so just keep that in mind. However, I think Shogo should be able to take care of this. Okay, good. Alright, and just like that, Shogo has swept 3 of the Elite Four, so... You and your Pokemon, how hot your spirit burns. The all-consuming heat overwhelms. It's no surprise that my icy skills failed to harm you. Got 5,300 Poke for winning. Advance to the next room. And there, confirm the truly fearsome side of the Pokémon League. She is not kidding. While I did make rather easy work of the first 3 of the Elite Four, this next one is going to be rather difficult to deal with. That said, I'm actually going to quickly swap around my items a little. I'm going to give the experience share to Urbosa, just because I expect that she'll need a few levels. And I'm actually going to, well, first I'm going to use one of the citrus berries I've got to heal off the minor amount of damage that Shogo took. Not a citrus berry. Might as well. Yeah, you know what? I don't really intend to use these in battle, so might as well use them here, and did not mean to do that. Okay. Well, with that, let's quickly take the King's Rock and give it back to Shogo. Because now we'll want to give Lombardi back his Silk Scarf, just in case he has to come in and use Sod. And we're actually going to swap, not Force to the lead, but we're going to have Urine take the lead for this next fight. Now this is where the challenge actually gets difficult, with this rather outstanding, or standout character. I am the last of the Pokémon League Elite Four, Drake, the Dragon Master. In their natural state, Pokémon are wild living things. They are free. At times they hinder us, at times they help us. For us to battle with Pokémon as partners, do you know what it takes? Do you know what is needed? If you don't, then you will never prevail over me. Okay, so the final member of the Elite Four and the actual first challenge among this Pokemon League, at least in my opinion, Drake, the Dragon Master. As you know, dragons are rather hard to come by, very difficult to deal with, at least before Gen 6 when Fairy was introduced, so this is going to be a rather trying test. I'm going to go for an Ice Beam just because I feel like that's going to work, but this Shelgon does come knowing Protect and Rock Tomb, so it is a little bit of a danger to Urine. However, I am sure she can handle this. You're definitely going to want to pack your own Ice-type moves, or I wouldn't recommend it as much Dragon-type moves to be able to deal with this. However, I would not launch them from a Dragon-type Pokemon since Dragon-types are weak to themselves. So it would be a risky strategy. Like most of the Elite Four, he has 2 of a certain Pokemon, this being Flygon. Both of them are level 53 if I recall correctly. Both are rather fast. And have completely different movesets. This one has Sandstorm, so it'll be a bit of an issue for my team going forward. I won't be able to get the free healing off of my Shell Bell, at least unless I do a lot of damage, but I don't think that'll be an issue because it'll also be a problem for the majority of his team too. Put a little damage on his Altaria, so we should be okay, I think. And yep, there's Buren's Bulk being able to soak up hits rather easily. And we'll recover a bit of HP with our Shell Bell, though we'll instantly take a bit of damage from the Sandstorm, unfortunately. He's got another Flygon. I think this one has Flamethrower on it, so it could be a little more dangerous. But I'm not too concerned. Okay, Dragon Breath. I think both of them have that, and unfortunately you got paralyzed. Well, I was hoping not to be in this sort of situation, because I know that Ice Beam's going to take that out. Okay, I'm gonna... Well, I don't want to risk possibly losing anybody, but I'm gonna have to. I don't foresee this Salamence, which is his ace Pokemon. It's holding a Citrus Berry like most of the Elite Four's aces. It has Dragon Claw, Fly, Crunch, and Flamethrower for its moves, so it's got a pretty balanced moveset between special attacks. Well, not balanced, but it has a pretty strong moveset. I'm going to try going for an Ice Beam here, and I should have expected that. Okay, well, it's just a bit more chip damage here, so I'm actually going to go for a full restore, just to heal off that paralysis, because we're going to need the ability to dodge, or to move as quickly as we can and not get paralyzed. Especially with an attack stat like that. Let's just go for an Ice Beam. Hopefully we don't get crit, because I don't think even Buren's Bulk can survive a crit. Okay, good. Ice Beam landed, and he's taking a bit of Sandstorm damage, so one shot. Okay, that was a little trickier than my previous opponents, but we managed to overcome. I will have to heal after this, but we should be alright, I think. Superb, it should be said. I forgot 5,500 Poke for winning. You deserve every credit for coming this far as a trainer of Pokemon. You do seem to know what is needed. Yes, what a trainer needs is a virtuous heart. Pokemon touch the good hearts of trainers and learn good from wrong. They touch the good hearts of trainers and grow strong. Go onwards. The champion is waiting. Well, while I would like to go challenge the champion, I am actually going to quickly just heal off the minor amount of damage that Buren took. Because that was quite a bit. I'm actually going to swap around my team. And despite the fact that we could just rush on in there and put an end to things today, as I said, I want to kind of break this up. 2 battles that, while a bit boring from the fact that I took out Glacia rather easily, and then Drake only gave us a little trouble with his ace, I want to make sure that I go into this next battle with a clear head, have my strategy planned out, and I may want to consider using those rare candies. I'm not sure. I technically could raise the level cap to 58 for this, but I'll just debate that in my free time, so I'm actually going to end things off here. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.